Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Java with the JIMS. My name is Jim Meyer, broker associate at Remax Gold. Now you have a friend in the real estate business. I'm joined with my good friend Jim Chong the Wok Star. Now you have a friend in the publicity business, and we've got Jim Filippi, Esquire, Dan Richards in Seattle, Washington. Thank you so much.
I have a question for you, Jim Chong, because you work in publicity, is that right?
Yes.
So, this has not been the easiest market for real estate agents in the last year. I'm just curious, do you have a word of publicity wisdom of what you would suggest to real estate agents at this point in time that maybe can help them jumpstart business?
Yeah. The biggest thing is, I think, is, I help people with visibility, influence, and connection. Those are VIC. And the whole thing is consistent connection with people. It doesn't work just to give a business card, because people ultimately, you probably would agree with this, will go with whoever when they're thinking about it. If you're in front of them, hey, are you looking for a realtor? They may or may not think of you if you're not consistently in front of them. You need to think of ways to be consistently in front of them. And that's why I appreciate what Jim Meyer's doing here, because he's consistently in front of people. He's not just an excellent realtor. He brings on excellent realtors like yourself. And, if people pay attention to the market, realtors need to really make sure that they're staying in front of people and giving them value, not just waiting for business, but giving them some level of value consistently, whether it be an online text, get their permission, text them, hey, would you mind me keeping you up to date on X, Y, or Z? It could be a joke of the day, just something that keeps them in front of the people consistently. Because when people are ready to make a decision, boom, that's what they're going to do. And, that's what my word of wisdom.
So, Jim, we've been talking all week about things to do with the Seattle market, kind of how I approach, especially with sellers. So I'm going to ask you the question, what from what I've been spewing on about, do you feel like resonates with you and your business, or in what way would you say you're different?
I would say it's pretty similar. I think the most important thing we talked about getting the house ready to sell and marketing it properly. I think the three most important things are price, price, and price. Uh, and and those people, they do call and they do see it on Zillow and wherever, oftentimes before their realtor even tells them about it. So yes, times have changed, but your market and my market are very, very similar. And it's basically supply and demand. And your predictions, I love them, because it's true that if everybody's waiting until next year to buy a house, those are the same people who hate bidding against a dozen people. And then they say, oh, I'm going to sit this one out. Okay, you sit it out, you wait, interest rates are higher, nobody's buying, and now go ahead and buy that house with the high interest rate. So it doesn't make any sense. So in many uh, categories, you and I are pretty much in the same boat. We're selling the same product. We're selling a dream. And we talked yesterday about California versus Northern California, where I am, versus Seattle. And it's whatever's right for the client. It's whatever's best for them. Again, do they like high taxes and high gasoline prices? So, Dan, will you come back tomorrow for another episode?
I will be here. Looking
Awesome.
forward to it.
Hey, and Jim Meyer, before we leave here, we have to ask you the question, what's in your mug today?
Okay, my coffee is so good and so important and so successful that Twitter just banned it for life. Okay, we're going to see you guys again tomorrow for another exciting episode of Java with the JIMS.